Hi, I'm Damian Montero. Some of you guys know me, and most of you guys will be able to talk to me. I'm one of the coaches at the South Florida Tech's or Palm Beach Tech's Office Depot Hackathon this year, 2020. Now, I'm re-recording a video I had for last year because it's going to be a little bit different. And of course, we're getting the hint of it because I'm wearing a headset and I have this great Zoom background that's virtual. It's not, but let's pretend it is. That's where I should be taking most of my meetings, anyways. This year's going to be a little bit different. But what's not going to change is the rules in how to beat a hackathon, how to win in those hackathons, and how to get the best event you can, even if you didn't win. Here's the rules. We're going to talk about before, during, presenting, and after the meeting. When you come in on Saturday, when you join us virtually through Zoom on the Friday, you'll want to bring your own team if you have to, but don't worry if you don't. We will help you build, and you will be able to find other people that maybe have a team or want to join you as a team and be able to choose some fantastic products and some fantastic team winners of this hackathon. Think of what you want to do, decide what you want to do, and take on some of the ideas I'll mention that you can do when you're ready to start with a hackathon. Normally, we would sort of get together on Friday. We do some events to sort of start socializing, get those groupings happening. We might hear some presentations. This will be a little bit different this year, but really what you want to do there at any moment is when you're starting to hack, here's some important things about that. First, sketch out the idea out in a piece of paper. I know this sounds ridiculous, and I just don't mean drawing a piece of paper full of the information. I mean the basic flow. Okay, so let's say the user logs in. Just have a little piece of paper that logs in. And then the user chooses this. Let's just say we're talking about eBay. Chooses to bid, to list the product. And the other user comes in and see the product. Draw out those pieces of paper, and you'll be surprised what things you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't think about it, but we need this first before we need that thing. And so some things will flush out with during that process that you talk about, that you allow everybody in the team to contribute about the idea and what it is you're trying to solve. And of course, make sure that the idea is concrete. Define the idea. Just don't say a rough idea. Define the exact idea you want to meet and make sure that that's sort of available for anybody to think about and go for it. Okay? And make sure you always do that in an idea. Know what you do, what you can do, and do what you know how to do, and do delegate. Make sure each one of the people in the team knows what they're doing and that they're doing separate things. It's okay if you work on this part of the website and I work on that part of the website, but it's better if you work on the presentation and I work on the website, or you work on the back end and I work on the front end, or you work on the mobile app and I do the PowerPoint presentations. Whatever it is that you want to do, make sure you sort of define it quickly at the beginning, so that there's no question about, oh my goodness, what were you doing? Oh, you were doing this. Oh, wow, I just did that. Just try to communicate with that. And it's going to be incredibly more important to do that now that we're going to be all virtual. Now, next step. Don't worry if it's ugly. In fact, make it ugly. I want you all to concentrate on making the most important part of the project first. This may seem counterintuitive. You're like, no, but Damien, we need to log in. And then once they log in, no. Get the core basics going. Get a rough idea within 1 or 2 hours, even if it's all fake it until you make it. In other words, it's all hard coded. There's no, there's only one listing to this eBay idea we both had that we're pretending that we're doing this hackathon, that there is that one listing, and then we can go in and see what it looks like, so that we can pretend that if the hardest thing is bidding, then make sure it's bidding. In other words, attack the hardest core problem first. It's okay if your idea changes. Even if the whole concept changes and you're like, this is not working, I was wrong with this, try to fail early. It's a big motto in the IT industry. Fail early is okay. Failing late is a disaster. So what you want to do is you want to be able to change at any moment you have to, and even modify the idea just slightly. Okay, it's not going to be eBay. It's going to be eBay, but with this kind of a change. It's going to be only mobile and all that. Get the major features out of the way right away, and also fake it until you make it the parts that don't need to be that important. For example, if there is no need for more than one user to log in, but you want to show us a login page, that's fine, but don't spend a lot of time typing away doing the presentation or making that login page. We kind of understand you would log in and it can come in there. And between you and me, you can go always simply just make a simple system that looks at the username and says, okay, it's user number one, and doesn't really check the password. You don't have to show off some of the minor things that we're not interested in. We're interested in the main core project as a judge. You will fight. You will fight with your team members. You will fight with other people. Don't blame fix. And there's something wrong, try to figure out who cares who did it, who cares why it is. Let's try to see how we can solve it. Take breaks. Do eat. Often it's okay if John or Jennifer step away from the computer. It's okay. It's even better if they step away to think and to reflect on what's going on, figuring what's wrong. And it's okay for them to step away for eating and all that. You don't have to all eat in front of the computer and spill, your ketchup all over the monitor. Nobody's copying you. This is normally a talk that I talk when there's a lot of people in the room, but even if there's chat and all that, nobody's going to talk you. They're all busy. Everybody's busy doing their own projects. Anything you do will be fine. Okay? Coaches. There's plenty of coaches there, including myself, and we're there to help. Now, because it's virtual, you can't just raise your hand up. I won't be able to see you. We'll have to figure out how we're talking about it. And on Friday, we'll discuss more about what it is that you can do to reach out to us. But I'll be able to join your team, and only your team will see me or the other coaches. And then we'll be able to help out and try to figure out what's going on. Now, you've gotten all the project done. It's all ready to go. It looks beautiful. You're ready. You're pumped. You're getting excited, and you want to present. This is the most important of the hackathon. I know, nobody wins a beauty contest if you just show up. But if you present a great presentation, and trust me, I have, with a subpar product, you can win. I have. I've presented products that didn't make any sense, and that's okay. I didn't products that were partially wasn't working, and that's okay. As long as you let us know what is exciting about it. Present about yourself. I mean, get yourself ready and tell us about yourself. Tell us a story, please, about the product, but really make it concise and to the point. But then really, you can do a presentation and slides and that, but just jump right in. Let me see the demo. Let me see what's going on there, unless there's nothing really there to see. And that's okay. A presentation is good enough, but make sure it's seeable. Try not to do video, try not to do audio. This is common and a problem in normal presentations. It's even worse when we're doing this kind of virtual things. You will find yourself that you can hear it, but none of us will be able to hear it. And there's no holding up the laptop to do it. Here's the other thing. If you have a phone and you're going to present your app from a phone, or let us how to do it, you have to do it from a single computer. This is important. There will be too much time between computers and sharing and things like that. Trust me, everybody in every hackathon makes that mistake. But do not make that mistake. Present from one computer and ask me if you don't know how to make your phone display come out of your computer. That is, that you'll be able to see the website and on the right-hand side, see the app. Ask me. I'll show you how. I'll be honored to show you how. Forms. If there's a long form to be filled out, try to have it pre-populated. We understand it's the sign-up form for that will have the social security number and blah, 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 and you're going to put Bill Gates, and I get it. Just have it pre-filled in there. We understand there's a form. We get it. Unless you're a magical product is a form, skip that part. You want to get to the meat of the juicy part of it. Don't stop if there's a problem. If there is a problem and it is catastrophic, you lost internet connection or your presenters lost internet connection, no problem. We'll stop, we'll put you aside, you'll go after 2 or 3 of the other presenters and you'll be able to do it back on. But do not stop. Try to go with the flow, explain what's going on, perhaps have some slides or screenshots of what was going to be there. It just failed. Everything every so often will fail at the last moment. It's okay. Just be prepared for that. You got to be, agile and be able to move with it. Show off your technology. All the judges are technical and they know what they're doing about it. Tell us a story and tell us what's going on in there, okay? Kevin, may be exciting. You'll have plenty of time during the presentation, after the presentation, after your presentation, for the questions about the judges. And so don't worry about leaving them enough time to ask the questions. They will have plenty of time to ask the questions. You, on the other hand, will have a very limited time, most likely 5 minutes. It's been 4 minutes. We'll tell you ahead of time on Saturday. If it is 5 minutes, don't go over the time limit. You don't know how bad you will look if me and Joe cut you off and say, time's up. We will not enjoy it. We will be very sad, but we have to do it, or else our presentations will go on for the next 5 hours. So if you have a 15-minute presentation, has to be the 5 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever it is that we've told you. You'll find out ahead of time. Make sure to do it. I can't emphasize this enough. We will have a timer and we will make noises when we get in close. Be aware of that. When you do the presentation, try not to do this thing where you have the judges go to this particular website. Just do it for them. Just pretend that you're user one and pretend you're user two. Don't expect the judges and don't definitely interact with the audience or anybody out there. There won't be a chance to do so, especially because this is virtual, but in other situations as well. In other hackathons where we're back to normal, will also be like, it's a bad idea to interact. If they're slow, nobody types it right, things like that. Just be aware of it. Your judges will ask you questions. Some of the questions for some of you will annoy you, will upset you, will be like, wow, these judges have no clue what I'm trying to do. My vision is not seen. Why? You're not seeing my vision. Don't get mad. Make your responses to the point and keep the subject. Keep on subject. If they ask about this, answer about this. If you feel you want to tell a story, try not to. You will confuse some judges and you will bore others. Don't try to answer their specific questions with as well as succinctly as you can and to the point. Be truthful. If something happened that looked pretty amazing and they ask you, did that really happen? Did you really scan someone's face and find out that they're, from this particular part of the world? You're like, no, but this is based upon some work that we did with PhD, and so therefore we believe that we can do that. If that's true, be truthful to this. They'll be able to figure it out. There's no need to lie to them. Okay, so the hackathon has finished. You've won, perhaps, maybe you haven't. Regardless, here's the next step after the hackathons. Keep in touch with everybody in your group. Make sure you have their contact information. Make even more sure you have a copy of whatever it is you guys were presenting, whether it's the slides or the code or something about that. Even if it's sitting on a server, you don't need to have access to that server. You just need a copy of the code. Maybe they give it to you on a thumb drive. Well, this being virtual, maybe they can email it to you, put it on slides, on Dropbox, on Drive. Make sure you share your information. Make sure you get a contact of perhaps judges that you're interested about talking to in the future. Make sure that you can get information about coaches or individuals in there. Make sure that you talk to other people whose projects you're really impressed by. You'll be surprised how many friends you could do with that, because it's just a way to say hi. This has been Damien Montero. I hope you win. I hope you join us at the hackathon, and I know it'll be a very enjoyable time. I'll be there the whole time, laughing and enjoying it all with you. I wish that I could be there with you, but I will not be able to, so I will be there virtually and enjoy myself doing it. I hope you will enjoy yourself too, and we'll see you on the 27th. Bye.